Rovers Freak Show returns this weekend as Rovers take on Borough at Ewood Park. It's on Friday night under the lights. Can we get a W? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. Looking forward to Blackburn Rovers up against Middlesbrough at Ewood. We'll get to it in a second. Of course, if you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe. One stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, World Football. What else we got here? The Championship football. We got it all here under one Rooski. That's right. Rovers return to action, to the hot seat, to the spotlight. That's right. As a lot of attention is on the line for this game against Borough. The game really doesn't matter much if you're an optimist, maybe a little bit like me. Believe it or not, I am an optimist. A win could get us right back in the thick of things, but a defeat could just add fuel to the fire to an already upset fan base. What do I talk about? Well, we'll talk about it in a second. Big shout out to the members. Big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. What we're going to do now, though, of course, is get into it. Let's get into it, and we'll talk about all the unrest and all the shit that went on this week. So, of course, it's just Rovers. It's just Rovers. The Rovers do take on Borough this week, but the shining light in this fixture is that we've got a good record against Middlesbrough over time, and hopefully this could be a catalyst for a spark in the life of the Valorant Ishmael era. So let's get into it then. Over the last we played each other 45 times since 1995. 19 wins for Rovers, 11 wins for Borough. There's been 15 draws. Rovers currently find themselves in 11th on 52 points. Winless, though, in the last 6. We're on rock solid shit. Rock solid shit. 8% for 4 defeats on the spin. Looking grim at the moment. Up against Borough, who are good form right now. 75% form for them. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They sit 7th with 57 points. A win for us could close the gap to just 2 points. Now, over the course of those 45 matches, we have a 2-0 win on our record. We've scored 42 goals against them, 0.93 goals a game on average. Borough, though, do have a 4-0 win on their record. They've got 36 goals against us, 0.80 goals a game at the moment. Let's take a look at the last 6 then. Now, these are both home and away. And again, pretty good reading right there, isn't it? Just 1 defeat for Rovers over the last 6 games, both home and away, of course. That only 1 win for Borough was actually at Ewood. It was back in December 2022. It was a 2-1 win with the likes of Marcus Foss and Riley McCree on the score sheet. Hedges got their only goal. We were actually handicapped with John Buckley sent off on the 50th minute. If you take a look at the last 6 at Ewood, it's not that good. Actually, the record is better at the Riverside. But we have actually won 3, lost 2, and drawn the 1 over the last 6 at Ewood. But we do come into this on the back of the last match, which was 2-1 win over Borough back last September with the Smollich brace. It's an interesting fixture, which of course we've had our good games, good results, and of course if you spread it back a little bit over the last 10, this is the last 10 again, both home and away. The only hiccup is that 2-1 loss. Of course, a lot of games at Borough. The last 3 were at Borough, and again we haven't conceded a goal against them in that last 3. And if you open up even further the floodgates, the last 128 matches, Rovers again 56 wins compared to 38 for Middlesbrough and 34 draws. We've also outscored them 194 to 164. That's where the good news ends, guys. That's it. End the video right now. Cut it. Yeah, let's knock it on the head. That's where the good stuff ends. Because let's take a look at the squad valuations. 53.95 values for Rovers, 113 million euros for Borough. They were averaging 4.19 million euros a player compared to about 2 million. They've got a younger squad than we do. They have more national team players than we do. They have more youth national team players, foreigners, etc. You can, of course, look at that whichever way you do. The managers under the spotlight, though, are these two. Big Val Ishmael with a 1.68 points per match ratio. It's good on paper, but we don't believe him. I don't believe you. Don't believe you, Val. You've got to get a win to show me that you can actually win. Because right now you could have the worst managerial record in history. His record against Carrick is not good. It's only been the 1 match. He has lost it. His record against Middlesbrough, though, is okay. 1-1 lost, 1 draw, 1. As for Carrick, he's coming into this at 43 years of age. He's got a 1.61 points per match ratio. His record against Rovers is also pretty shit. 0.80 points per match. He's managed against us 5 times, losing 3. We like that record. His record, though, against Valorant Ishmael, like I said, is good. 100%. 3 points out of a possible 3. Key players are the star men on the books. Ben Doak for Middlesbrough on loan, valued at cool 14 million euros. He's probably going to play Premier League football next season. It could be for Borough. It could be with somebody else. As for Rovers, we've got Tyree Stolen, who has been stepping it up of late, stepping it up and just going to rub our noses in it just at the death there where he leaves, I'm sure, for nothing. Let's take a look at the squads then, starting with Rovers. Injury-wise, Beck, it looks like he's done, isn't he, out for the season. Scotty Wharton won't be coming back. Britton, I'm not sure where he's at. But we have had Danny Bart back. We've got Ribeiro, we've got Hyam and Carter probably competing for the top 4 spots. Pickering, it must be edging closer to getting in there. Into the midfield ranks, of course, Wyman is out. Forshaw is just wank. Cantwell shit. Up top, Dennis looks like he's out. Cargbo's definitely out. So this is my starting lineup, folks, for this match. We've got pairs between the sticks. We've got Ribeiro at left back, Carter right back, Bart and Hyam in the centre. We have Travis, Tronstad, then Hedges, Ohashi, Dolan and Maktar Gay. I am throwing all the kitchen sink at the Borough here with the likes of Woodrow, Cantwell on the bench. Realistically, there's going to be our game changers should we need to change something up. As for Borough, look at their team. It's who's who here. Likes of Travis between the sticks. We've got the likes of Darren Lennon. I don't know where he is. I think they might have some injury concerns as I don't see a lot of these guys in the last few matches. So it might be a bit of a makeshift squad, but some big boys in there. We've got Ryan Giles, former Rover, Darren Lennon, former Rover, Dale Fry in the eye. We know about him. Into the likes of midfield, Ben Doak, I didn't see him knocking around, or Morgan Whittaker. Maybe they're on the bench. I'm not too sure, but they've got to look at it. Is a very, very spicy looking team for them. But this is my lineup again. I'm only going. This is only off of the last match. It might not be these people might not be in those positions. I've got Travers, got Dick Steele, got Howson, Borges, Illing Jr. there, Morris, Hackney, Bergsog, Chinaccio, Aziz, and Conway. So yeah, we're taking from that. That's the 11 that started last time. Might be a little bit different, seeing as it's an away game. Anyway, these are the star men so far for both Rovers and Borough on the screen there. Left-hand side with Callum Britton leading the charge for Rovers, Dom Hyam and Danny Bart in the top 3. As for Borough, they are Finn Aziz, Hayden Hackney and Luke Ayling, the star men, star individuals. What about the teams as a whole? Currently, Rovers ranked 9th according to the league with 6.89 on average. We played 39 matches, scoring 42 goals. We have conceded 41, though, averaging 1.1 goals a game. Compared to Borough, 6.98, they're the third best team on paper in the league. Again, 39 games played, 59 goals scored, 49 goals conceded. So they do play a lot on the front foot, which I think is something we hope to adopt next season under the Val Ishmael era. Possession-wise, 55.5% possession for Borough. They're averaging 11 clean sheets. Well, they picked up 11 clean sheets so far. Accurate passes around about 85.1%. Compared to Rovers, 48.9% ball possession, 79.3 accurate passes, and 13 clean sheets for the season. As for red cards, we have 3 compared to their 2. Duels won, 50.7 by Rovers, 50 on the ground, 51 in the air. Kind of similar to that of Borough, 50% duels won, 51 on the ground, 46 on the air. So maybe we do have the edge in the air when set pieces and free kicks come around. So we'll take it from there. Meanwhile, let's take a look then at how the goals are scored or how possession is split then, shall we? Rovers, of course, prefer to come down the right than the left and therefore found more often than not when in possession in the defensive third than the attacking third. As for Borough, a little bit different. They prefer the right to the left, overwhelmingly so, and again found more often than not in the attacking third than the defensive third. As for possession, Rovers prefer the right hand side to the left. 60% of the shots are in the 18-yard box. As for Borough, they prefer the right to the left, and 60% also of their shots in the 18-yard area. Shots conceded, though, 70% coming down the left-hand side against Rovers and 9% in that 6-yard area. As for Borough, again, left-hand side seems to be the weaker of the avenues, and 8% in that 6-yard area as well. How were the goals scored? 28 of them for Rovers through open play, 6 set pieces, 4 counter-attacks, 3 penalties, and 1 OG. Goals conceded, 26 of them through open play, a whopping 11 via set pieces, 3 penalties, and 1 own goal. Borough, though, on the look at that, 41 goals scored, open play, just 8 set pieces, better than us, 4 counter-attacks, 4 penalties, and 2 own goals. They seem to be better in all the categories than us. Goals conceded, though, 29 through open play, 12 through set pieces, 5 counter-attacks, 3 own goals, no penalties thus far. We'll take it. We'll take one right here, right now. Let's take a look at Rovers' form book or what's on the agenda for Rovers heading into. On the back of that 1-0 loss to Portsmouth, of course. Last time they're at Ewood, they did lose 2-1 against Cardiff. So we need a win, and we need a win fast. It's actually back-to-back home wins for Rovers, or home matches for Rovers. I love a win. And then we have Luton Town. We still have a favourable few games left to give us a few points just to end the season on a bit of a high note. But it's the form at the moment, with two of the last 3 games scoreless by Rovers, something that we need to change and fast. As for Borough, coming into this on the back of that 2-1 win over Oxford, they did draw with Luton on the road. That was the last match on the road. In fact, their last couple of matches on the road have been pretty painful as well. 3 of the last 4 ended up without a win. Their only win was against Stoke. After this game, they take on Leeds. They've still got the likes of Norwich and Coventry to end the season, and also a very, very strong a few games to end the campaign. So that's the match on paper. Well, let's look at this then. This is grim stuff here, guys. This is the form at the moment. Middlesbrough are the second best team in the division, compared to Rovers, who are the worst team in the land. That's right. Only 3 goals scored in the last 6. I'm not really looking at the W's because there's nothing in there. There's zilch in there. Coming into this, Rovers form at home is a bit hot to scotch. It's all over the place. If we take out that Wolves game, which is a Premier League game, of course, we have just lost once in the last 4 in the league at Ewood. Meanwhile, Middlesbrough's away form is not great. Just 1 win in the last 6. But this is Rovers we're talking about. This is Rovers. This is what we are talking about. Let's take a look at what we can expect from the game. Rovers, strengths, protecting the lead, attacking down the wings, coming still in the ball from the opposition. Aerial duels. Our weaknesses, though, scoring chances, avoiding offside, defending set pieces, and avoiding fouling in dangerous areas. As for the style of play, aggressive, playing in our own half. Borough, though, on the flip side, their strengths are scoring chances, creating long shots, creating chances through individual skill, counter-attacks, and scoring chances. Meanwhile, their weaknesses, which are very weak, it's been bolded out as very weak, avoiding offside, protecting the lead, aerial duels, and avoiding individual errors. They like to come down the right-hand side, control the game in the opposition half. They play a lot of possession football. They have a lot of short passes. Attempting through balls often. They're also non-aggressive. Opponents play aggressively against them, and they do play the offside trap. Forecast says Rovers will dominate the air, but also straight offside, and will also be shown a high number of cars. Borough, though, will control the game in the Blackburn Rovers half. So the table as it looks, of course, a win for Rovers. We could go up to 9th, depending on what goes on elsewhere. And again, it is on Friday night. All eyes on this one. Borough, though, a win for them. They could go to the top 5. And, of course, make themselves real known for those playoff spots. Going down, of course, Cardiff, Luton and Plymouth. Big win for Derby last night, who are cooking under Eustace. We are just a shit. I actually fear Derby could pass us by at this. Can they pass us by? We've got, this is the 40th game of the season. We've got another 6 after that, 18 points, 21 points. Anything can happen. Anything can bloody happen. Anyway, that's the journeys thus far for Rovers. Of course, we were represented by the green. We had a good old slog of it, and then around about here, it all gone Pete Tong, and it's not looked up since. Borough, though, had a similar sort of season. Okay, and then they went off, and then they had a bit of a surge back up here. We need that surge now. If we're going to save this. And I'm not, when I say save the season, I'm not talking about players. I'm just talking about getting wins, getting confidence, getting belief in the coach. Imagine if we go, and this is a very high chance scenario. Just imagine we go out the season without a win under Van Ishmael. It's not going to give us confidence moving into next season, and of course it will just fuel the fire of toxicity throughout the summer. If we can get some belief in this squad that Van Ishmael knows what he's doing, and then maybe, just maybe, there is a way we can save the season, finish with a couple of wins under our belt, and then of course just rip out the blueprint, go back to the school drawing board or whatever, and then come back with this new style of play, the Van Ishmael style of play, because this is not how he wants to play football. We that's not why he's been brought in. He's got his own methodology, and we're not seeing that. And the players aren't up to that. It's just, you're reinventing the wheel just on launch day. You're just trying to change the wheel. Oh no, we got to change that up and do it all over again on the day of the launch. So not happening. So let's. Of course, I am miserable, just like all the other Rovers fans right now. And the video earlier in the week didn't really add much calmness to the situation. It was actually more gasoline thrown on the fire to make it even worse by the Three Stooges. So yeah, if we can get a win here under the cameras, and again, I know a lot of people might be doing something to highlight the ownership this Friday. Again, I'm not instigating nothing, but you are you. You do what you do. Do what you do, and if you want to get your voices out there, you get your voices out there. I cannot say you should or you shouldn't. That's your own personal opinion. But of course, we all are upset with the ownership, and it was very much a gaslighting video by those folks this past week, trying to make us think differently or change our perspectives or change our opinion. And what really gutted me about that, and I'm going on a bit of a rant now, is saying this, that, and the other about the transfers. They've recouped 40 million. We've spent like about 3 over the course of the past couple of seasons. I think they need to be a bit more understanding and actually and back the club. Back, it seems like we're just getting all the goodness is being destroyed from. Well, it is all the goodness is being destroyed from the club, but all the assets are being sold, but no, little to zero coming in. You know what I mean? Like we sold Smollich, we sold Armstrong, we sold Adam Wharton, and we replaced them with Forshaws and your Collingwood-Droves. We need a little bit more quality in those positions, and I fear that we are going to be. The only way is down right now. The only way is down. Anyway, I don't really want to dig into this. It should be just about Borough, not about the whole grand scheme of things. This is what else is going on in the Championship. Of course, all eyes on Rovers on Friday night against Borough. I'll be here doing the watch along. Join me if you want to stab forks in your eyes. Meanwhile, into the weekend, we have Coventry Burnley. That's a ding-dong classic. Also, West Brom against Sunderland. Also, another cracker right there. And then Luton against these 3 Bobby Dazzlers, all kicking off the early kickoff. Into the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we have the likes of QPR Cardiff, Oxford, Sheffield United, Millwall, Portsmouth, Bristol City against Watford, Swansea against Derby, Preston North End against Stoke. We have Sheffield Wednesday against Hull, and Plymouth against Norwich. It's the Green Army. So that's that. This is the current top goal scorers, I believe. What about my prediction then, shall we? Let's talk about the picks. We've got a good record against Borough. It's Friday night. It's at Ewood. I really want to win. I even give up one of my bollocks right now for a W, because it is a scenario where it's not getting better. I think this next 7 or 9 days here is going to define our season. And I think after this 7 or 9 days, if it's the same way, you might as well just send a lot of guys on holiday and say, you're done, you're finished, and just start playing the youngsters, start threading through some youngsters to finish off the season. Because we've got 3 days in the space of 3 games over the space of 8 days, starting right here with Borough. I think of the next 3 matches, I'd like to see, there's 2 of them at home. I'd like to see 5 points, maybe a bit greedy, 4 points, 4 or 5 points, and that, realistically, we should be aiming for 9 points, but I know who we are. So I'm going to start all the pack off with a 1-1 draw here against Borough. They've got all the gear, all the idea. They might be a little bit weak at the back. We might have a little bit of strength in the air. We've got Danny Bart back, a bit more of a commander at the back. I think if we can get a goal early doors, we can hold them out for the most part of the game, but eventually we'll crack. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. That's me being positive, being optimistic. Then it's Sheffield Wednesday, of course, at Ewood. Again, a team that seems to be a bit of a bogey side for us. And they've got a really good away form for them. So I just need this to be a tonic for this next few days, because right now I'm on fumes, running on fumes. I want the season over. I really do. I just want it done, even though there is still a little spark, little ember of hope in there. I'm not talking about playoffs, just trying to save the season, but I just want it done. And I haven't been in that mindset in a long time. I think over the last few seasons, we've always had something going on. Of course, we've had a couple of near misses with the playoffs. We had the relegation shit show last time around. This season just feels like a misery right now. It just really does. So let's end it like that. I'm going to get out of here. Subscribe, smash like. We'll be back, of course, early doors, because the game is happening on Tuesday. So previews begin. I think we'll have a vlog on this. So stand by for that. Watch along, all that kind of goodness. Until then, we are done.